1, 2, 3. Greetings and salutations.
The universe is just doomed.
What do you think, Mumbles?
Big Boy did it. Big Boy did it. Big Boy did it. Big Boy did it.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back.
It's us, Nicole.
And Tessa.
And Kim is here.
As the kid, Kim.
The Kim. For
Dick Tracy!
1990.
Yes.
You guys, you remember how fucking huge Dick Tracy was?
Yes.
I loved this movie.
And I think it was, I saw that Al Pacino, who's obviously in this movie, we'll get to that, had said something about it. Such a shame.
Right.
That like
no
it
one
was
talks
huge,
about it.
that nobody talks about it anymore because it's gorgeous.
Well, we're going to talk about it.
We're talking about it.
Right after we thank some people.
Yep. We need some thank yous.
Number 1, top of the list, Aaron Ramey. The birthday gifts.
Oh,
Bruv.
my God.
So much. Aaron, one of our patrons, has been amazingly supportive for a long time, and he sent us a whole lighting kit and a green screen kit so
It
that
was
we
like
can
a
start
thing.
bringing you guys some video content.
Right? We had to be like, what's in the box?
It was so big. The
What's
box
in
was so
the
big.
box?
I thought he might have mailed us a body, but no. It was all good stuff.
Yes.
And he mailed us a cheeseburger phone and lip smackers. So we're going to make a video with some lip smackers. Maybe we'll try to use the green screen.
Yep. Maybe.
So
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you so much.
We want to thank Jeff Beers, a.k.a. Jeff the Kick-Ass Guy,
kick ass
for joining our Patreon.
Welcome.
So if you want to get a thank you,
You?
patreon.com/Doom Generation. Check it out.
Check it out. Check
We
it
got
out.
a new series going there. The movies
yeah.
that didn't doom us.
Right, 'cause we
Movies we
missed it.
never saw. So if you want to be able to vote on those and get some bonus content of us first time watch reacting to movies we didn't see.
Yep, we got 2 under our belt now, and we got another
We did The
one.
Stuff and My Demon Lover. And this next poll so far, it's looking like The Company of Wolves is in the lead.
Okay, for now.
So let's talk about Dick Tracy.
Yeah, so this was written and directed, produced and directed.
Produced and directed by Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty,
Who's
this-
apparently obsessed with fucking Dick
Yes,
Tracy.
this is like his baby. His
He
baby.
thinks he is Dick Tracy.
I bet he does. I bet
Warren
he
Beatty
daughters around his house.
presents
Warren,
Dick Tracy.
A Warren Beatty film by Warren Beatty,
Yes.
starring Warren Beatty.
Produced and directed by Warren Beatty.
Beloved by Warren Beatty.
Oh, and I don't know when the contest ends, but I'm assuming it won't be until after this episode airs. But we are doing a
Oh,
giveaway.
yeah. Also this, by the way.
We've got Dick Tracy wax pack cards.
Yep.
We are giving away sealed wax packs.
Yep.
And get over to Instagram, Doom Generation Pod, and check out how to enter to win yourself a wax pack.
Yeah, we made a little video. It's already out.
I'm sure, yeah.
I'm sure
the video
by now.
will be out before this episode, but I'm sure the contest will run till after this episode is out, because otherwise that would make no sense.
No, it wouldn't make any sense at all. Contest's over, guys.
You just barely found out about it, but it's over. So the cast,
Yes,
which is long.
it is. There's a lot of people in this movie, which I had forgotten, and then I
Yeah.
remembered when I watched the movie why I forgot.
Because none of them look like them.
Exactly.
Except for Al Pacino.
Well, he looks like he looks now. So yeah, Al Pacino's in this movie as Big Boy Caprice.
And of course, Warren Beatty is Dick
Of course,
Tracy.
yeah, we covered Warren Beatty already.
Glenn Headley, is it Headley? Healy?
Glenn Headley,
As Tess Trueheart.
Dustin Hoffman as Mumbles.
Madonna.
The Madonna.
And her titties.
And her titties, both of them.
As she didn't have the left titty claws.
No, she
As
didn't. She had the
Breathless
both titty
Mahoney.
claws.
Yes, she did. Charlie Korsmo as Kid.
Dick Van Dyke is D.A. Fletcher.
Yes. Even Catherine O'Hara was in there for a second.
She
She didn't
was in
speak
there.
or anything, but she was in there.
Kathy Bates was in there for a second.
Yep.
She spoke a little.
James Caan.
Spud Spaldoni.
Did we say Dustin Hoffman already as Mumbles?
Yes.
Okay.
Paul Sorvino.
Yes, as Lips Manless.
Stig Eldred as Shoulders.
Mandy Patinkin as 88 Keys.
William Forsythe as Flat Top.
Yes.
Our favorite. James Tolkien as Numbers. And Estelle Parsons, who we just talked about, Roseanne.
Roseanne's mom.
And
I know I
Roseanne's
have a
mom
note in
is
here
in
that I'm
this
like, I
movie.
forgot her mom is Roseanne's mom.
Yeah, it's Mother.
She's Tess Trueheart's mom,
Yep,
too.
Mrs. Trueheart.
So Tess Trueheart and Roseanne are sisters.
It's
Canonically.
it's canon. It's canon.
And the score, the music, is a cross between Danny Elfman, Stephen Sondheim, and Madonna.
Right. And Danny Elfman, like, barely switched a couple things around from, like, the Batman score.
Well, he's like, well, look at the scenery.
I
We
know.
got a
He
whole,
was like,
we got a Gotham
what
City
is it-
happening,
What
but
exactly do you want me to do?
it's just a brighter Gotham City. So
Yeah, so I gave you a brighter Batman theme.
I swear Breathless Mahoney's car is even like a fucking Joker
oh
car
my
or something.
God, she has the best car.
But you know Prince
all the
drove a
cars are
car
cool.
like that.
Oh, that was probably Prince's car.
She's like, can I borrow your car? For this
Right?
movie?"
I can't imagine he would have lent it to her even if he did have a car like that. He would
No, no,
never.
no.
I can't imagine. Could
He
you imagine?
wasn't known for that. He was known for taking everything that he wanted from
Right?
strangers.
He would have stolen that car
stories.
from Madonna. There was no way in hell that he would have
I've
lent
heard
anything
multiple
to Madonna.
stories about him just like meeting
Just taking
somebody and
stuff?
being like, "Ooh, that's a nice jacket. I like your jacket. Can I try it on?" And then just walking away with
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Because what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
It's fucking Prince. You're gonna be like, "Bro, it's my jacket."
Right. He just like hits you with that look, that
Right?
smoldering fucking look. He'd do a little split and then off he
Do
goes.
a little spin or something. You'd be like, "Fine,
Yeah.
I guess it's your jacket now."
like flash them nalgas.
Speaking of accessories, we open as Dick Tracy is picking up his accessories.
Yes, he's getting ready for the day.
He's listening to the radio report of all these crimes happening.
Oh man.
And the kid is dumpster diving for dinner and comes
Right.
upon the local gangsters playing some poker.
Everybody's there. He's about to see some shit he's not supposed to.
And Littleface, again, I said this to you earlier.
I
I love
know.
Littleface. I don't know why.
I
I wanted to
know.
see that
Like,
big moon head.
I know, but I
Some
can't
more.
imagine like I can't imagine. This one was the hardest one to do, apparently. Like the hardest
Because it was
makeup
so big.
because it was such a thing. I guess Littleface is supposed to have a face no bigger than a nose. Like that's how
so they just
little
had to make the
face is
head
supposed to be.
huge because they couldn't do that.
Right. They couldn't do that. But like, how is he gonna hide from anybody with this
With
big
that
old
head.
donut head? Like he'd get picked off so easy.
And he does.
He does right now. He gets picked off real easy. The car comes busting in.
Flat top and what's the other guy's name?
Raisins.
Is that really his name?
No.
Is that just what came to mind when I said flat top and, flat top and raisins?
There is no raisins. When did I fucking say
I don't.
that? It was
I
so
never
long
wrote down
ago.
the other dude's name, and he's like the main right hand dude. With him and Flat Top, they're always together.
Is it Prune Face?
No, he had the beaky nose. What was it?
The brow?
The brow?
No.
No, he didn't.
Dick Nose? Dick Nose.
Dick
was
Nose,
always
that
with
guy.
him. Yeah, that's why they didn't name him because
His name
it's
was
Dick Nose. It's Owen Wilson.
No. So yeah, they mow down all these other gangsters, take out the Tommy gun,
The Tommy gun.
gotta leave a message
Right, and like Dick Tracy gets his call at the opera on his little fucking.
on his little radio watch.
Right, he's like, hold on, I gotta take this. Tell me how it comes out. I'll be right back.
I want to know how this turns out, and he does. He makes it back
He
before
does.
the end of the opera.
He does, and like this opera is giving me that the Bugs Bunny.
Yes,
one that is, like,
absolutely.
oh my God.
And it looks like a cartoon in the background.
It does.
Like
It
the
looks
whole...
like Bugs Bunny is up there, and the big fat horse is going to be coming out, and like spear
Totally.
and magic helmet, kill the wabbit.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the one. That's
I'd
what
want
they
to
were
see
watching.
how that opera turned out too. I love me some Bugs Bunny.
Oh, that is my favorite. Like one of my favorite things in
That's a
the whole
good
wide
one.
world is that episode of Looney Tunes or whatever the fuck. That one and the one where Daffy Duck is Robin Hood. That one's my other favorite.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Meanwhile, we're going back and forth between the kids hiding in the barrels. He saw Flat Top mow all these dudes down.
Right. He puts "Eat lead, Tracy."
Yeah, he shoots
In
the
the bullet
message
holes.
into the wall. And so, yeah, Dick gets this message to leave. He goes and finds this message.
Right.
The Eat Lead Tracy message.
Right. He wants to. Is this where he wants to check the walnuts?
Yeah. Well, no, not
Or
yet.
no, not
First,
yet,
he
that's
knows. He knows it was Big Boy Caprice. He just
Right. He just knows. He just knows because that's his nemesis.
So he gets back to the opera, and when they get out, the reporters are already waiting outside to
Mm-hmm.
ask about Big Boy.
He don't know nothing. He can't say shit. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
And we get our first really good view of this comic book scenery of the city. What?
It is prune face.
It is prune
Yeah, it
face?
is prune face. Is that the one they
He
wanted
doesn't
to be Ronald
look
Reagan?
like a prune face, though.
That's where I get raisins
Oh,
from.
yeah,
Because,
yeah.
like, you know, prune's a raisin,
I
but
didn't.
of a plum.
Nothing about the way that guy looked said prune face.
Well,
to
he
me,
looks
though.
like Ronald Reagan because they wanted it to be Ronald Reagan. Because he's already a villain.
He didn't
and
look
Warren
like
Beatty
Ronald
was
Reagan
like,
to
no.
me either, though. He had little spectacles on.
I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry. So yeah, so comic book scenery, which. This thing we were just watching with Warren Beatty playing Dick Tracy
my
in
God.
2008 and saying that he didn't like the comic book
He was
scenery. He wanted it to be like real. But we were all confused. And
I
we're
know,
like, oh.
what the fuck are you
We're like,
talking
this is your
about?
movie. Why are you complaining?
I know. Like, of course, this is, like, amazing. My eyes were quenched throughout
But no,
this
he was
whole
being
fucking
all
thing.
meta. He was Dick
He was
Tracy.
being interviewed by Leonard Maltin as Dick Tracy. And Dick Tracy himself
Didn't
not
prefer
appreciate.
this version.
No, he did not like Beatty's version.
Yes.
Even though he's sitting there in the goddamn yellow jacket and hat that he wore in Beatty's. I don't. That whole thing. Was
And he looks so small in that big jacket.
because he's fucking elderly.
He's aging.
I know. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
So we scan through this beautiful scenery over to the Club Ritz.
Yes,
Where
and
Breathless Mahoney is on stage.
Madonna. Oh,
Doing
my
that
God.
make out behind
Da,
move. Did
da,
you ever
da.
do that? Where you
Yes.
go in reverse and you put your
Yeah, you
wrap
put
your own arms around
I
yourself?
tried to do that, and I was like, "Oh, I can't."
She was skinny in that movie.
Oh my God,
She was slender.
She was never more Madonna. When I sent you that picture, I was like,
Oh,
Madonna
yeah.
has never Madonna'd so hard as she does in this.
And then her boyfriend Lips
Oh,
over there
God.
slurping
With those
down them
oysters.
oysters with them
Oh,
lips.
Yes,
His name made sense.
yes.
And that was real gross.
Oh, gross.
And the cops show up to arrest him, but it ain't cops.
Right,
It's flat top.
She was like, she goes and sits down. She's like, you know, I get sick when you eat.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
'cause-
letting him know.
Right. He needs to know. But yes, the cops show up, and it's not cops, but the real cops see.
It's a little suspicious that 3 cops are riding in the front seat of this car together,
Right,
and they've got
and like an
Breathless Mahoney
unmarked
and
car.
Lips Manless in the back.
Like, where are they going?
What's
What's happening there?
So he follows them,
Yeah.
and then we see Tess and Dick walking home. He's walking her home.
Right. And this is where the kid busts out of the diner having stolen a guy's watch.
And Dick chases him down. And
Right.
she heads inside and is like, they'll be, she knows what's going to happen. She's like, oh, yeah, they'll be
This
right
poor
back.
woman.
I know. What else she doing? Like, who's she going to date in this town if not Dick Tracy?
She could go off and have a great fucking time somewheres. She's like, what's her name in, oh, fuck, Roger Rabbit, Dolores.
Oh, yeah.
Only like Dolores was tougher. Like she didn't put
Yeah.
up with no shit. Tess puts up with
What's up with
everything.
all this shit? She does say something, but she doesn't put her foot down.
Real quietly.
She's just going to keep
Real quietly
going on
and real
with it.
sweetly. She's just gonna keep putting up with this shit.
So he chases down this kid. The kid loses him, or you think he loses him, running across this train track in front of a moving train.
He jumps the tracks. He goes to this shack. Funky little shack.
Funky little shack.
Where like that's his dad?
He never says. Because when he asks him later, because Dick asks him, was that
Right.
your pops? And he tells him, go suck an egg.
Yeah,
so he
like,
never does
I-
say.
he
Or no,
never
when they ask him later, where's your mom and dad? He's like, I ain't got one. So that wasn't his dad. It was just some dude
Just some
who
guy that feeds
was having him
and
run scams. Like,
Who knows?
go out and steal, and if you bring home enough shit, I'll feed you.
I'll give you a chicken.
But he didn't. He ate all the
he
goddamn
ate
chicken.
the fucking chicken. But Tracy's like, hey,
Because he smacks the kid, and Tracy shows up.
right? He's like, why don't you pick on someone
someone
your own size?
So he goes and they get in a fight, and he literally knocks down. You see the shack
Right,
from the
like it's-
outside, like moving back and
Right,
forth
right,
as he
right.
beats his ass, and then he throws him through the wall.
And then again, like these fucking wide shots of
Yes,
this whole like,
amazing.
city. My eyes are so quenched. I haven't felt this way about
Your
backdrops
thirst for backdrops has
since
been
like
quenched.
Akira.
Right? Yeah, they're good. They're very
Every
good.
single scene, I'm like, oh.
So yeah, so the kid tells him to go suck an egg.
Right.
And then we see a car pulling into like a warehouse.
Yeah, it's like a down by the waterfront. It's like a whole shady operation, like some barn shack, something or other down by the water.
His flat top delivering Lips and Breathless to Big Boy.
Right, and he wants the deed to Club Ritz.
He's going into showbiz.
I want it now. He's like, you're dirty, Lips. You need a bath.
No,
Not the bath.
So back to the diner where this kid is chowing down.
Yes, he's hungry.
The amount of mouth stuff going on in this
it's
movie. Does Warren Beatty have a mouth thing?
Probably.
Because first we had the oysters. Now we've got this kid just...
And like that continues.
Because
the kid
like
eats
8
a lot.
meals a day.
He eats a lot.
Yes. And that's where she asks him, like, where's your parents? And he says he's got no
none.
mother or
Yeah.
father. Who takes care of you? Who takes care
Care
of
of
you?
you?
I love
Who
little Charlie
takes care
Corso
of
in his little
you?
New York accent. Who takes care of you?
Hey, oh.
So the cop who followed them to the docks is trying to, like, whisper call it in when someone comes up and shoots him.
He gets plugged.
And then Lips is getting the concrete bath.
Right, but it's like a shower.
I know, and it's not a bath.
No.
They, like...
I mean, like, I guess it fills up.
But they pour it over their head like a shower, but I guess they dunk them into the river.
He
so
clearly
it's the bath.
said, I don't know.
I
They
know,
asked
he
him what
didn't
was up, and
know.
he said, I don't know, and he got slimed. That's what happened. 'Cause
That was
that's
the
probably-
original slime, how it was that color. That
Yes.
gross color at first.
That's probably what it was made out of. Oatmeal and vomit.
probably.
Because that was the original recipe.
So they drop him into the lake, and Big Boy tells Breathless that Lips' territory is his territory. Everything he owns is now his, and he grabs her.
Right. He like jerks her around. It's like, yeah, okay.
So Lips owned her?
She's his moll.
I guess.
You're
yeah.
my moll. I'm a gangster's moll.
So back to more eating at the diner.
Yes.
Pie and milk, and everyone's staring at this filthy child just
Right.
like gobbling everything in his
I
hand.
can't imagine.
And Dick talks about calling the welfare society.
He's like, I ain't going to no orphanage.
And he drags him back. Sorry, kid, it's the law. You gotta
Right.
go to the orphanage.
He gets that call in his watch, and in 1990, that was like amazing.
And then this is supposed to be set, what, in like the 50s, the fictional
Like the
50s or 40s or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that had to have been, and they had a car phone too. That's
Oh,
freaking
that's
amazing.
right.
The chief had a car phone.
Which is funny because my husband has one of those Apple Watch things, and I call him Dick Tracy
Dick
all the time.
Tracy.
Like, oh, you got to
Yeah.
you're getting a call from downtown, Dick
Are you
Tracy.
a spy?
Yeah, he's a detective.
So the kid's eyeballing it because, of course, I mean, he's already stole a watch today, but it wasn't a watch like this.
Right? This is even better. He asks, first he gets the call. Dick Tracy's like, I gotta
Oh,
go.
Tess, watch this kid.
Yeah,
It's
like, excuse me.
you're the one who plucked this kid out of the shack. Why is he my responsibility?
Yeah, take
now?
him back to my place and like hang out there and fuck your whole night and fuck your whole gig because
And-
you got to watch this kid now that I just picked up today. But I gotta go.
So was like Tess's secretary?
No, I don't think
know.
Tess is his secretary. She has
She's
that
like his-
greenhouse.
she's literally his girlfriend.
She's just his girlfriend.
her job.
Or just. She is his girlfriend.
I know, but like to him,
And she does put her foot down with the kid. She apparently learned her lesson letting Dick Tracy walk all over her, and she's not going to let this kid be the
Oh,
same because
yeah.
he steals
She's-
that money off the table. And she's
you
like,
want
you
a
want
broken, arm?
arm?
She's like, I don't like dames. She don't either.
Like, you're going to break this 8-year-old child's
She
arm,
fucking
Tess
might.
Trueheart?
She
really?
has had a fucking day. Do you see the way Dick Tracy talks
She's
to
like,
her?
Dick Tracy got some shoulders on him. I ain't breaking that arm, but guess what?
I could break yours.
I could break yours. It's the 40s. There ain't no child
No
protective
one's
services.
coming for you. They have orphanages. I'm gonna break your arm and then I'm gonna drop you off there.
And not until animal control starts does child protective services starts. It was
Right.
a spin-off. The first CPS
Oh, really?
case was done on our animal control laws because there were no laws protecting children.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So yeah. And I think that was in the 50s. I think there were no child protection laws
In
until
the
the 50s.
40s?
Yeah. So yeah, she could have broken his arm. Nobody
Yeah,
cares.
she
He's a
could've. Nobody
fucking
ca-
orphan. You know my stance on orphans.
Oh, I know.
Why would you choose to be
Why would you? Why anybody would choose to be an orphan is beyond me.
So this is where Dick goes down to the warehouse and
You know
finds
my
the
stance.
walnuts.
You know what? If no one's heard that episode, this is gonna
It's gonna
sound
sound
really
bad.
weird.
Go listen to Annie. Go listen to Annie. It's a joke. It's a joke. This is a comedy podcast, okay? So
Fuck orphans.
so
Yeah,
That's-
fuck them kids.
yeah, I don't care about your kids.
I can watch a kid fall off bikes all day. I don't give a fuck about your kid.
That's right. So Dick goes down to the warehouse and that's when he finds the walnuts and wants
Right,
them to
this is-
fingerprint the walnuts.
Right, and he wants to bring in Flat Top and Itchy, and he wants some question about lips.
And he finds this earring that's Breathless Mahoney's earring, like stuck in a floorboard.
Right, and he's like breaking all the laws, and he like doesn't give a fuck about due process.
No.
Warrants
It's
get
the
fucked.
40s.
I know, but even in the 40s, his boss is like, dude, you gotta
Come on now.
chill on this shit. Like, we're gonna get like. I don't know what we're going to get, but we're going to get something if you don't knock this shit off.
And like, did they not just eat in the diner? Because now he's cooking a can of chili on a hot plate in his office, straight in the can. And I'm like, you came from the diner. Did you not eat?
He's like, this is where Columbo got that shit from.
From Dick Tracy?
Yes.
Probably.
The crackers make the dish.
But he just eats it straight out of the can. No crackers, no ketchup.
He is on the job, Nicole.
But like
He's
I said,
got no
he shouldn't be hungry. He just came from the diner.
He's like the kid.
They just had to show you, like, look.
Right. They're like, he'll eat beans right
He'll
off a
eat-
hot plate in his office.
He's just
busy.
a regular guy.
He's just a regular guy. He eats his chili off a hot plate like anybody else. He's a detective. That's what they do.
That's how you know.
They wear trench coats and eat chili beans off a hot plate. William Hickey is here, you guys.
Oh,
William
no.
Hickey. William Hickey.
No, he's risen. So she almost spit on her microphone.
Oh.
So
He is risen.
They bring Flat Top and Prune Face or whoever this guy
Ronald
is.
Reagan.
And they don't want to
Raisins.
talk.
Ronald Raisins.
Oh. So he just has him taken to jail and says, bring me Mumbles.
Right. And he's in there like pantsless under the lights.
Yes, they put him under the hot
Why
lights.
is his pants off?
I don't know.
Were they slamming his dick in the drawer like Dragnet?
I don't know. It does not say. And meanwhile, Big Boy is the choreographer for the
That's
club.
what I wrote. I was like, what the fuck? He's the choreographer. He's like the
He
musical
wrote this
director.
fucking show?
I wrote this number. Oh.
And he's like grabbing her ass and
Hooah!
slapping her belly.
I
and
know.
It was very like, ew. I know he's a bad guy, but also ew.
Very much so. Very much so. Like, this is wrong. It's 2 a.m. Like,
The girls are tired.
right. And like, he's all, no, we're going to make this place the place to be.
And he slams 88 Keys' fingers in his piano, and Breathless like,
That was dumb. He's the best piano player like out there. And she gets smacked.
she gets smacked a couple times. by
Yeah,
him.
she does.
And then the piano starts up, and he's like,
He's
see?
oh, he's already playing
better
better.
already.
And he's like, musical theater is his fucking life or
Right?
something. Like, he's just, this is his life. He's all about it.
So back to Mumbles. He's
Yes.
getting tortured with this hot light, and Dick Tracy is pouring ice water from this polar bear, which what a weird little contraption
Out
that
of
was.
a little polar bear dick.
Yeah. Let
Cute.
this polar bear piss into a glass for you. It's refreshing. I love
Ice
it.
cold.
I love it. And he's like drinking it in front of him, like
He
it's
offers some
refreshing.
water, but no.
And he's like
Tracy-
yelling something indecipherable because he's mumbling. And
and
Kathy Bates is there. She's like the
Right.
stenographer or whatever.
she like cannot.
and
she's
he's like typed down his testimony, and
and
she's,
she's
just
like,
like what?
I don't know what.
None
to
of
even,
that was words.
I can't even.
But Dick is happy with that testimony. He sends him off. He's good.
Right? He's like, that was good. I'm all right with that. So
Which
now,
now this doesn't make sense because so right here it appears if he's happy with this testimony, he's already aware of the deal with Mumbles and that whatever he said is going to be what he needs, right? That's why
I
he's happy
guess.
with it.
I guess.
So why did he wait so late into the movie to use this as any kind of thing?
I don't know.
He didn't ever bring out that recording until way later.
Did he just think about that like right before he did? He's
Maybe
like,
when he
oh
was in-
shit!
'cause
If
when he
I
was
like,
in jail, he was like,
he had a lot of time to think while he was cooling his heels.
So Dick's gonna get Big Boy. He goes into the Ritz. Dick's gonna get Big Boy.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
This movie just got hot.
And he goes into the Ritz looking for lips.
Goes into the Ritz looking for
lips.
lips.
And Big Boy's like, I own the club now. I made a deal with Lips.
Right. He's like, yeah, maybe he left town. I don't know.
And Dick notices the earring missing from Breathless's ear because she's still wearing the other one.
Right. I don't know why she didn't
She's
like,
changed
oh,
outfits at this point, I think.
Yeah, she didn't change that though.
No. And he mentions the walnuts and Big Boy being sloppy, and they take him in because he's
Right.
sure that the walnuts are going to have fingerprints.
Right.
Which, can you leave fingerprints on a walnut shell?
We go to find out that no, you can't.
But walnuts are good for your brain.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they are
don't-
because they look like your brain.
Yeah, that's how you know.
I don't know.
Anything
Warren
that looks
Beatty
like a
is
brain's
not to
good
be
for your brain.
trusted with nutritional advice, apparently.
And so he follows Breathless to her changing room,
Yeah.
where she has changed into a completely sheer
Oh, a negligee.
negligee. Was this not a children's film?
But this is a PG movie.
Hello, titties.
Hello, titties.
Here we
Hello,
come.
nipples. Hello, titties.
I couldn't help but exclaim out loud in front of my 16-year-old, "Oh my God, is that Madonna's titties? This is a children's movie."
Yeah,
And he turned to look like,
I know. And then when I watched it, I couldn't help but exclaim out loud in front of my 11-year-old, "Holy shit, Nicole was right. Them titties are out."
That's parental guidance.
Because I was
don't-
parentally guiding him. My husband was like, "Are you showing our
You
son
have to
pornography?"
parentally guide the children to the titties, is what
Right.
Tessa said.
I know, and I was like, "Dude, it's fucking Madonna's titties in 1990. They're like gateway titties. Everybody
seen-
saw them.
everybody's
You've
seen
seen
them.
the. If
Everybody's
you've
seen
seen Madonna's titties in the 90s, you've seen it.
And what was it going to
They're
say?
nice tits.
They were very nice tits at the time. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know
under
what's
there
going
now,
on in
but
there now. There's a lot of stuff going on there now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all happening right now.
Oh, Madonna.
You know what? We don't need to talk about her tits. We need to talk about her ace.
That weird fucking ass. You have all the Madonna monies, the Madonna dollars.
You got
all
the
the dollars,
right? And that's what you have attached to
You
your
went
back
to
end?
Jocelyn Wildestein's surgeon.
Oh, she got the kit and the caboodle.
Oh,
She can't even like walk around it. She walks around like a cowboy now.
those
She's got
pictures
that
of her
big ass-
stuck under the bed.
I know. She
It's
gets stuck under
Breathless
there.
Mahoney
I know.
jamming her weird butt under the bed. What
And
are
then
you
she
doing?
gets stuck under there. They're like Madonna. She can't see her way out.
They have to have handlers.
Now she's sightless, Mahoney.
And I know I saw this. We just talked about. We both remember seeing this in the theater because I remember seeing the Roger Rabbit
Yes, the
short
Roger- yes.
that was before this.
There was the Roger Rabbit short. And Roger Rabbit's in this movie. He's one of the reporters.
I totally. Oh yeah, Charles Fleischer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did notice him.
Yeah. I mean, not like.
I was like,
actual-
what? There was a
No,
Roger
girl.
Rabbit in there? I
No,
did
girl.
not even see that. Wow. I really need to pay better
Oh,
attention.
and they were both in Demon Knight. And I was trying to remember that.
That's right. That's
Where
right.
the other reporter was also in Demon Knight and Roger Rabbit was in Demon Knight.
That's
and they're
right.
both reporters working together.
Charles
in this
Fleischer and his tie-dye cum
movie.
sheet.
Shuck. John Shuck is the other one, I think.
Oh,
Shuck,
okay.
Shuck. Coming on the sheets.
So Tracy ignores these titties and
I
wants
know.
to know. He has not even looked down.
Nope, he does not. He keeps those eyes.
Uh-huh. Whose
And they
side
were
are
da-
you on?
They
She's
were
like,
dating at
my
this point.
side.
Yeah,
and
the
there
same
is
side
no
I'm always on.
chemistry.
No, my side.
Yeah, they were dating in real life, and this is
Right.
it does not. It's not apparent. at
No,
all.
it is not. I mean, I'm sure, like that had to have been like a vanity project for both of them. Right?
Oh, yeah.
like that relationship had to be like on both ends.
And did we talk about who else? I don't think we did on mic. Talk about who else was going to be Breathless Mahoney.
Samantha Fox auditioned.
Naughty girls need love.
Naughty girls need love too.
I loved that fucking.
Oh, my
I had that
God.
on cassette. I listened
Yes,
to that shit.
I'm gonna
over
wear
and
like
over.
the wallet chains, like but in between my legs instead of on the outside of my legs.
So anyway, she's like,
And
and Kathleen Turner was
Oh,
almost going to be
yes,
Breathless
which is-
Mahoney. Which, like, I
mean,
I
if
could
you can
see
get
more than
Madonna-
Samantha Fox, I guess, because I don't know. Samantha Fox, she's beautiful, but I just don't see her as a
Sure.
nightclub 40s singer.
Not as I mean, if you can get Madonna, like, and Kathleen Turner is great, but I would see her more as a Tess Trueheart.
the
really.
voice, though, gives
The
you
voice
Breathless
gives it,
Mahoney.
but she's not animated like Jessica Rabbit. So,
Right.
I mean, that would have been way too close to Roger Rabbit, right?
Right, if you also had the same
that was,
person
what,
who was
2
Jessica
years
Rabbit
before?
as
2
As
years
Breathless
before
Mahoney.
that would have been way too.
so maybe
close
that
to
was a
have done
thought
that.
too, that like you just did
Well-
it in cartoon form, this almost same character. Like,
Yeah. Almost
It's
exactly.
very similar.
Almost
Yeah.
exactly. And then also we might as well talk about who could have been Tess Trueheart or who was cast as Tess Trueheart and fired.
oh yeah.
Miss Sean Young.
And I never know where I stand with Sean
I
Young. I
don't
love
know.
Sean Young.
I
Like
do.
Blade Runner and all,
I do.
other things I've seen her in. I think she's a great actress.
I do.
But I've also seen her weird angling to try to get herself cast as things. And was it when she
Right.
showed up as Catwoman in
and
the
all that other
outfit?
stuff.
And
But she seems to have like a lot of issues.
but are the issues caused
know.
by the industry, or you know what I mean, or are those
See, and,
pre-existing
like,
issues?
If
So
you listen to her, it was because she rebuked Warren Beatty,
These
which if he
advances.
was dating Madonna, at
which
the
like she
time,
was on the set, but I guess her and Tess wouldn't have had a lot of scene. They only had like one scene
They
together.
only had like one scene together. But like, if Warren Beatty's dating Madonna, why is he approaching Sean Young at the?
I mean, she's beautiful, but
of
it's
course,
Madonna.
but like he's fucking
In the-
Madonna.
in 1990, Madonna.
He's going on the Truth or Dare.
You're not
tour.
also flirting with Sean Young.
Is this also? This is right before like the sex book and all that other shit too. Like she
No,
went wild.
They met on the set of Dick Tracy and dated.
Oh, him and Madonna didn't
after.
date till
Yeah.
after. Well, maybe.
Oh,
that-
so she said yes, and Sean Young said no.
Oh, okay. All right. So maybe
All
that
right.
does lend some cred to Sean Young's
All
story.
right, all right.
That's a
I retract
possibility.
my statement
All right.
then, because if that's true, then okay.
And
Okay.
so this first scene, at first she's like kind of a badass when he's like, "Oh, whose side are you on? The side
Right.
I'm always on, mine."
Right.
He's like, "I'm gonna make you sweat under the lights. I
Sweat better in the dark.
And he's like, "I know you can't tell if you want to hit me or kiss me.
I-
I get that a lot." And it's like,
I
yeah,
bet.
because you date gangsters.
I bet.
Normal
Look at
dudes
the
don't look
dudes
at
that,
you
like-
based on this 2 sentences you've said and say, "I can't." With your titties out,
Right.
and can't decide to hit you or kiss you. Why? You
Come
didn't even
on.
do anything yet.
You've said like
You
10
said
words.
almost nothing.
You've said nothing. You're not being helpful, but you're not being like rude or anything either.
And
I
he
can't
doesn't
imagine.
fall for it. He's just like, "Here's my card. If
Yeah.
you want to talk,
You go ahead and give
you
me
know
a
where
call.
to find me."
Exactly. So, well, he tells her like Big Boy's in jail and you can keep him there.
Right. If you would
I'll
testify.
protect you. And she's like, Psh,
She's like, "Yeah, right. You know these
Bitch.
motherfuckers."
right? I don't know if you know these people, but I don't know about all that. So anyway,
He
poor-
goes home and poor Tess is sleeping in the chair.
She has been there all night. And like, what would the neighbors think?
Oh, that she was there all night
Right,
and
like
with
she
some
gets
strange child.
Right? But like, I mean, I get it. People probably did notice, but they also probably know if they're watching that he didn't come home last night. She's been there by herself.
Well,
all
but they
night.
know he's Dick Tracy.
I
so
know.
that
They're like,
was
he
out on
comes,
a
he
call all
goes, or
night.
whatever. Like, they're not going to be like all worried that you're in there premarital sexing.
Well, and he did at least tell her she was 1 in a million and give her a nice smooch before she headed off to
You're
work.
one in
'Cause
a
it's now
million.
6:30 in the
Thanks for-
morning.
Oh, thanks for picking up the slack with the shit I start that I expect you to finish.
So now is actually a good time to take a quick break.
Ah, good idea.
We'll be right back.
What's up, Doomers?
We have another rad deal and a new buddy to tell you about.
Sounds cool, you say. What is it?
It's Lunch Meat VHS. They offer tape head apparel and accessories, totally awesome limited edition VHS releases,
Some of them for the very first time.
and so much more that will remind you to
Rewind or die. Be sure to check out Lunch Meat Magazine, which features reviews and articles on all things VHS.
Fast forward to lunchmeatvhs.com and rewind your mind.
And don't forget to use promo code Doom Generation for 10% off. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
And we're back.
We are back, and
Dick is back at work,
right, he's just left this sleeping child.
alone in his apartment.
Yeah, because that's cool. It's the
If
40s.
that kid should have robbed him blind and taken off back to the
Right?
street.
Well, what's he fucking got in there? He ain't got nothing in there.
That's true. But he knows that his plan is to call the orphanage.
Well, that's true, but he hasn't called them yet. So I mean, I don't know. They take him out and get him clothes.
Right? So
I don't want to wear no suit.
they pick up they had picked up Big Boy on this walnut thing, and now the
Right.
walnuts have come back with no fingerprints.
Right, there's nothing. So they got nothing.
And that's when Tess calls him about this stinky kid needs new clothes.
Right. Well, first they have to release him because Dick Van Da is like
Oh yeah, Dick.
You
Van
gotta,
DA.
like-
DA Van Dyke.
DA Van Dyke. Like you gotta like all of his names are something.
Yeah, he's
Like you gotta rein him in.
I'm
like,
running for mayor. You gotta
Right?
control him.
He's wildin'. You gotta stop this shit. He's
Someone's
violating
gonna lose their job.
civil rights.
So Tracy takes this kid shopping for clothes and he tries to take off because I ain't wearing no suit.
Right. And he was like, well, then say you don't want to wear a suit or
Pick a suit you
pick
like.
a suit you like. He's like, no fooling.
And this kid picks the fly-ass fucking
He
bright
does.
cherry
He's
red.
got that drip. He got
With the
red.
matching hat.
Oh, and the little polka dot tie.
And-
suspendies.
And I'm sorry, the super detective Dick Tracy didn't notice Flat Top sitting in a car 20 feet away watching this.
Seriously.
This dude is a noticeable looking dude.
Flat top.
I
He's
mean-
got that big curly head. I mean, William Forsythe is already noticeable on
Right?
his own. You can see that gap from across the street.
And yeah, I don't know how you didn't clock that fucking Flat Top's
No.
watching your ass.
He's
but
like,
he did
is
not.
that James Cagney? No, that's
No.
Flat Top. It's Flat Top.
So they take the kid out, and it's like a whole montage of when do we eat, when do we eat, this
And
kid.
like, it's gross.
It's
He's
one day, and they feed this kid like 8 times.
I know. They take him out for like the best day ever. Best day ever.
And he falls asleep in the car between them.
Oh, and Tracy's like trying to talk about like, oh, you live alone. And,
It's his roundabout way of proposing, but in a business fashion.
But he can't talk because, the kid's asleep right here.
So they get out of the car to talk, and the kid wakes up when they get out, and he sees this car coming.
Yeah, hey, Tracy, look out.
And thank God, because
Right, they would have got shot the fuck up.
yeah, they got drive-by time.
And this is also this had to have been before. The Smooth Criminal video had to have been based on this, right?
Oh, I don't remember.
That Michael Jackson video.
What year was that? What year was the Smooth Criminal video?
Because
Kim?
there was like a whole, that was that whole movie that was Moonwalker that had that video attached to it. And it was almost the same shit. Like they pulled up, did a drive-by. Michael Jackson turned into a car.
88.
88. Okay, so that was before. So did Dick Tracy rip off of the
I don't
fucking
know.
Smooth Criminal video? They ripped off Moonwalker
Or
for this
this was
shit?
just a, I don't know. It was
I
just
don't
a
know. It was just
gangster
a,
type of deal.
I guess.
So the kid's ready to chase these dudes down.
Right. He's like,
an
let's go
action
get
man.
him. And poor Tess over there is like, oh, when you play in the street, it's part of the game. Just don't ask me to like it. She's like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed. Fuck you.
Fuck this kid.
Fuck this kid. Fuck you. Fuck this noise. I'm going to bed.
And the cops show up, want to know who shot at him. He doesn't know because he didn't notice fucking Flat
No.
Top watching his ass.
How does he not know? Did you not see the locks, the brow, the dick nose that was in the passenger seat?
Right? He's back at the station looking through evidence, and Breathless comes in.
Uh-oh.
In this fucking dress.
Oh my God, the lace up in the back, the little gold whatever. She's like, oh.
I was beginning to wonder what a girl had to do to get arrested.
Well, wearing that drag in the daytime is a good
Step
start.
in the right direction.
Yeah.
And she stands so close to him.
And did
okay,
she-
Drew Barrymore, back the fuck up.
Did she bring the champs?
I know,
Where
right?
did she
Where did that
have
come
the
from? I didn't.
Took it out.
She has that tank girl booty.
What? When I was
She
five?
hides all them like accessories and outfit changes up her butt.
She got that butt locker.
Yes. Are you gonna make a move, or do I have to do everything? Like, what about this man has given you any indication whatsoever
She gets
he's about
up
to
on
make a
all
move?
fours and puts
Yes!
her butt right in his face. Like, can you smell it? Can you smell it?
I'm in heat.
Can you feel the heat coming off of these genitals?
When's your day off?
Sunday.
It's a big world. Must be Sunday somewhere.
Come on.
And so he's asking, so she's crawled up on his desk and he's like, do you
Right.
know the car in this picture? He's
Right.
so
He was
just
like, over here at this
does
car.
not care.
She's like, what I'm looking for is a driver.
Preferably one with some mileage.
Again, this
You
movie's
want a
PG.
man who's been around the block?
I know. Well,
All right.
Warren Beatty and Madonna, he had been around the
And
block
so
by
had
that
she.
time. Well, that's also very true.
And he drops her earring in her champs like,
Yeah.
I
what
called
about
you
this?
here to ask if you're ready to testify.
Right?
And she gets so close like she's going to kiss him because she thinks he can't resist. And he just sits
He's
like
like,
stock
nope.
still, like
With his dry ass
does
lips.
not fucking care.
Nope. He's like, I got a chap. I need some balm.
And she gets off the desk like almost in tears.
I know. Because, like, what?
Why would you get mixed up with me? I'm a cheap floozy to you.
Well, you're acting like one.
You aren't really giving.
You're not doing yourself
You just
any
crawled
favors.
up onto his desk. You already showed him your titties the first time you met him.
I know.
I mean, I'm
Come
not.
on,
Hey, do
you
what
put
you
your
want with your
butthole in
body,
his
but
face.
like,
Yeah,
don't be
that's fine.
surprised
Don't be surprised.
if you're gonna get up like a cat in heat on his desk and raise your butthole.
Raise
Like
your
you're in
tail.
then yeah,
he might not be into it.
Look at them. Look at them square shoulders. Does he look like he's into that?
He's got those Joan Crawford shoulder pads on. What makes you think he don't mean business?
Do you want to throw me in jail? Go ahead. For what?
For what?
For being a tramp,
right?
Like, it's not against the law.
It isn't. For leaving a trail on his desk,
And like
possibly?
he has yet to mention Tess Trueheart to her. So like maybe just say, "I have a girlfriend, girl. Like I'm taken."
He's leaving that door open.
And he goes after her and just leaves the kid sleeping in a fucking bench in the office.
It's fine. It's fine. He's an orphan.
And she sees he follows her and she gives a little smirk. And I love, this is where you first see this car. And I just
Oh
wrote,
my
I love
God,
this
I was
car.
gooped this
Yes.
fucking car.
And Big Boy is holding a meeting of all the gang bosses.
Right? Everybody's there. Everyone's around this big ass table.
Telling him he forgives them all and that they all owe him something.
Well, also Tracy follows her to the
right.
club.
So she's following her back to the club where he's now having this meeting.
Right. He's having the meeting. He calls it in, and Big Boy wants to consolidate. He wants this whole big thing. Mumbles is over there lurking. And
why isn't Mumbles in the meeting? Why is he
know.
outside the door?
I don't know.
That was weird.
But anyway, Spuds is like, why you? Why
Yeah.
do you get to be in charge of all of these things? And he's
I
like,
got vision.
I'm out. He goes,
Yeah, I'm
well,
not
it
doing
doesn't work if we're not all in it together. He's like, well, then I guess it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving. He's like, well, let him go. It's a free country. Right? And so he gets out there in the car.
And Dick Tracy's up on the 3rd floor ledge outside the window.
Right.
And he gets in the car. Spaldoni gets in the car.
Yep.
It
and
fucking
the
explodes.
car go boom.
And okay, in the amount of time where he just rejected your offer
How
and
did you
walked
know
to his
he was
car,
gonna
how
reject
did you
it?
go plan a bomb in that amount of time in his car?
Maybe he knew that Spuds wouldn't be into it. Spuds
guess.
McKenzie would not be into this.
I guess.
But so anyhow, the thing goes boom. It's very upsetting.
The cops all race in. Tracy jumps down onto the cop. He just holds on to the top of the car.
He actually biffed his face up, and that's
did
the
he?
take that they use. If you watch it, he jumps onto the thing and bing,
Bings
his whole
nose off
face.
it.
And I guess he did some interview where they were like, "So did you feel bad for your stunt double that got his face beat
He was
up?"
like,
on
"That
He was
was
like, "That
me."
was me." Yeah.
And a faceless man is watching
Oh,
nearby.
in the shadow.
So back at Tracy's, he's trying to teach his kid to brush his teeth with that powdered toothpaste.
Yes, dentifrice.
Ugh.
He's like, yeah, brushing your teeth is for pansies.
Yeah, for a tough guy, you do a lot of pansy things.
Yeah, gingivitis is for tough guys.
Only a sissy takes a bath.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, it's gay to shower.
Right? Did you know it's gay to
It's
wash your
brush
ass?
teeth.
Is it gay to like girls?
And then there's a knock at the door. It's the welfare department.
We
They're
want
here
this
for the
kid.
boy.
We need to have this kid. You took him away. But, oop.
So he steals Dick's wallet and goes out the window.
Is there no peepholes
right
in this apartment?
You couldn't, yeah.
Is
Or
this before
the
the
chain
time-
where you could
Right.
open it a little and check.
Is this before the time of peepholes?
They got radio watches, but they haven't
But
invented
there's
the peephole
no
in this
peephole?
universe.
Impossible.
Take a shot every time Tessa says people.
Take a shot every time Tessa says
Peephole.
peephole.
Now you're unconscious.
So he opens the door, and it's not the welfare services. It's Flat Top
it's
and the
Flat
boys.
Top.
And the kid's already outside, and he's about to throw this wallet in the trash, but he sees that his badge is in there. And he's like,
Shit. And then he sees them take Tracy.
yeah, and realizes it wasn't the Welfare League at all.
Right. So he hops the bumper.
Which he will do continuously throughout
he
this film.
rides that bumper all over town.
And they take him to Big Boy, who's
Yep.
in the basement of Tessa's apartment for some reason.
some reason.
I didn't get really...
I
Is
don't
this
know
the only
why.
building in town with a boiler you could explode?
I guess. I don't know why he would take him there.
Peepholes were invented in 1932.
Peepholes were invented in 1932.
So they should have had
Came
one.
out in 31.
Oh, Dick Tracy came out in
Oh.
31, so this is the 30s.
So this is just Warren Beatty doing it for real.
He's like, look, this was a year before peepholes were invented,
Right?
right?
He was like, there are
I don't care
no
that radio
peepholes.
watches weren't invented.
Somebody tried to raise this with him, and he was like, shut the fuck up. There were no
Historically
peepholes.
inaccurate.
Historically erroneous.
So yeah,
Could
they
you
got
imagine Warren Beatty losing his shit?
over peepholes.
You're fired. Get out.
So Big
That's what
Boy's
happened
like,
to Sean Young. Sean Young
Oh,
was the one that
God.
was like, you know what? Why didn't he just look out of the peephole?
And they
then
were
he
like, that's
slapped
it.
her.
Get out of here.
Get
Yeah,
out of
get
here.
outta
You're
here.
fired. You
don't wanna
can't.
hear
There
it.
were no peepholes.
So Big Boy doesn't want to kill Tracy. He wants him on his side.
Right.
15,000 clams.
Clams.
And the kid is watching through the little basement window. And at first he thinks Dick's taking the deal because he grabs all that money
he takes
towards
all the
him.
money, but then he's like, "Pah!
You're guilty for attempting to bribe an officer of the law. Blah,
Blah, blah." And then the kid's like, "Yeah, fuck him up, Tracy."
So they tie him up.
Right? They're going to explode this boiler because, again, this is the only building in town. Like, they even mentioned that she's out of town.
So
like,
they know, yeah. And so they're not trying to kill her, too, because she's out of town.
I don't get it.
You're an officer of the law? I am the law! Hooah! And oh my God, that got both of us. The Al Pacino curse.
I've been Pacino'd.
Woo!
Oh, I got a touch of the Pacinos.
So big, as long as it's not the piccolo
Oh, no.
Hey,
Oh, shit.
So he leaves and tells the boys to make it look like an accident. So they knock the pipe off the boiler. It's blowing steam everywhere.
They've beaten the boiler within an inch of its life.
Yes.
It totally looks like an boiler fell down the stairs, boss.
And the kid's outside in the trash can and sees him leave. So he gets out and throws a baseball through the window.
The baseball that Dick and Tess gave him.
Cuts the rope with the broken glass.
Get out of here, kid. It's going to blow.
They get out just in the nick.
Right in the nick. That's exactly what I wrote.
You're all right, kid.
He gets an honorary detective certificate with badge, but
Gotta pick a name.
he's got to pick a name first. What's wrong with kid?
Nothing. He tells him nothing, but you still gotta pick a
have
name.
to pick a name. Isn't that David Duchovny's kid's
Uh-huh.
name is Kid
Duchovny.
Kid Duchovny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he tells him to look in his top drawer where his stolen badge is, and like they smile, like you stole my badge. Why
I know.
is this a
And
gift
then, like,
for me?
Yeah, thank you for giving me my
Thanks for
shit
giving me
back.
my own shit back.
You fucking kid.
So then Big Boy is approaching someone who you don't see initially in a cemetery.
Yes. but
Yelling about
he's hollering.
Tracy you're not out. When you're dead, then you're out. You're mine. I own you.
And then you look and you find out that it's D.A. Van Dyke.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on Big Boy's side.
Yup. And he's telling, so then we see the DA is talking to Dick Tracy, telling him, well, witnesses all say Big Boy was at a dance lesson.
Right? You need to lay off because, I'm working with Big Boy, so I'm crooked. But he doesn't say that.
There's a knock at Dick Tracy's apartment door, and he thinks it's Tess back with the ice cream with the kid, but no.
It's Breathless.
And he leaves the door open, which is a
Right.
good sign.
You already,
like,
you
not
already know.
He's like, look, you see, I'm not trying to be behind closed doors with you.
But obviously, it's also being left open so that Tess
Tess
and the
can see
kids
this
show up
happen.
at the exact right moment or
Aren't
wrong
you gonna
moment.
frisk me?
Aren't you going to frisk me?
So Jessica Rabbit.
I know. And he's like, I don't want to because if I start frisking you, it's going to be like a thing.
And then she picks up the picture of Tess. Like, she's pretty. She's a lot more than that.
Yeah, sure, Dick.
And she's talking about if she testifies, Big Boy will have her bumped off. And he's like, I'll protect you 24 hours a day. And
She's like, for real?
he's like, yeah, it's my job.
Oh, okay.
Every time she thinks he's flirting,
I
he's
know.
like,
She's like,
because
but no,
it's my
really,
job.
it's my job. I would have to.
And then, of course, she kisses him in front of this open door right in
Right.
time for Tess to see.
And she's like,
And I'm sorry, I would have busted open that door. Like, excuse the fuck out of me.
I know.
Like, oh, I'm
fuck
sorry.
me, right? Fuck me, right? Did I interrupt something, motherfucker?
excuse me.
Although, I do appreciate that when Tess does walk up into this apartment, her face is like, bitch.
You can tell by her face. She knows what the fuck
She's
is
like,
happening.
I know who you are. Mm-hmm. I know who you are.
And Breathless, I mean, I'll give her a little bit of credit. She was nice to Tess, which you would think she would have been like all catty and
I
like.
mean, like what because she's like, hey. That's why she's being nice to her. She's like, I just was up in here touching your man's Dick Tracy. Dabbling in watercolors at ease.
Oh, right.
But yeah, Tracy thinks he's gotten away with this. He's like,
Yes, he
oh,
does.
she didn't see shit. She don't know nothing. I'm so smooth.
And he tells Tess they're making their move on the Club Ritz tonight.
Right. So you got to take this kid again.
So again, can you
hey,
babysit?
Can you babysit?
So the faceless man calls 88 Keys to meet him
Right.
in he says the car park, but it's like the train station or something. It's like
I guess
trolley
that's where
cars
I
or
guess
something.
that's where you park your a park and ride.
And he shows up in his jams.
Right. What
Like
for?
you went out into the night in
You
your
got a
jam-jams?
mysterious phone call, so you hopped right out of bed with your kerchief and your
And
cap.
he said in an hour, you had time to get dressed.
No, he didn't.
He's like, do you know what it takes for me to get dapper?
I can't just.
All I can do is put on a robe.
It's either dapper or robe. One of the two.
So 88, or not 88 keys, but No Face gives him this deal. Look, here's $5K. This is your first payment, and all you got to do is give a letter to Big Boy.
That's it.
It's going to help him out. You want to help
Right.
him out, right?
Right.
Well, who do I tell him you are?
You didn't.
Don't. And then he sees the face, and there's no
Right.
face.
Oh, there's no face. You didn't see me. You didn't hear me. You don't tell him what I said.
Mm-hmm. So he takes the letter to Big Boy and reads it to him, which is weird.
Right. So can Big Boy
Can
not,
he not read?
Maybe. It was a very, very poor educational system. That's why he had to turn to a life of crime.
Maybe. And
He could
he's
not read.
got
He
an
did learn
offer.
choreography.
What?
He did learn choreography.
Well, he
He
did
learned
learn
choreography, but
that
not to
he
read.
knows. Musical theater, he knows.
Maybe
but
he's so
reading-
angry because he really wants to be a choreographer.
That's
He's
what he
stuck in
wants
this
to
life
do
of
with his
crime.
life. He's like, I can't leave the life. Every time I'm out, they pull me back in.
Ooh-yah.
Ooh-ah.
Ooh-ah. So the offer is to get rid of Tracy for him. And he's like, don't bring me a deal from
Right.
someone you never saw and don't know how to get to.
Right? What the fuck is this shit?
And
He's
then
like,
Breathless gets another smack
Right?
for talking to 88 Keys and
She
all she
asked
did is
for
like
a light.
Yeah, ask for a light for a fucking smoke.
I like it when Flat Top's like, you want me to follow him? He's like, where? To the piano?
Yeah, like where's he going? He's the
I
fucking
just told him to
piano
get to the
player.
fucking piano.
There's nowhere to follow him to.
Right?
So now the kid wants to come with Tracy on the job. And
Right.
again, brush your teeth and wish me luck.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't-
you know, it's all
not
going
happening.
down tonight. It's a fucking raid. Hide the gambling, all speakeasy style. It's all
yes,
cool.
and they're drilling a hole in the ceiling with like the
Yes.
old hand crank
oh,
drill.
yes, it's all very much that.
And they got an inside man, one of the attendants.
I bet you that hand drill was historically accurate.
Probably
per
for the
Warren
30s.
Beatty's
Yep.
express direction.
So they show up and they've got a search warrant.
Yep.
But they don't look very hard
No, they just kind of shake it down a little and kind of look around a little, and then off they go.
because all they wanted to do was plant a recording device.
They just needed to put the bug in there.
in the room where they all meet.
Yep.
And Breathless over there singing about getting her man.
Yes, I always get my man.
And then, of course, Big Boy is talking all business under this microphone. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
have this whole montage of,
Yep. Shakedown montage.
yeah, breaking up gambling rings, robberies, and Big Boy just getting more and more pissed and having less and less money.
And is the guy that when they show the clips of all the things happening, is the guy on like the little radio show? Is that fast talking?
It's the fucking micro machine guy. That's what I said. I was like,
Thank
is that
you.
the goddamn micro
Thank
machine
you.
man? It is. Yes, it was.
Oh, but they didn't have him talking.
no, they didn't have him fast
I mean,
talk.
he was fast talking, but you couldn't.
But you
hear
couldn't
any-
barely because there was a bunch of reporters talking at the same time. So yeah, what was the point of hiring the micro
I
machine
know,
guy?
like that guy's iconic. He's probably dead now, isn't he?
I don't know. He wasn't that old.
I know, but like
Hey,
everybody's
is a
dead.
micro machine guy still alive?
The micro machine. I hope he is.
Let's hope he is. You guys think good thoughts for the micro machine guy. We're about to find out.
Oh my god! Now that we've mentioned him, if he is
Oh
still
God,
alive,
let us not kill the micro machine guy. We love
we'll
you.
be
John
responsible.
Moshida Jr.
What?
John Moshida Jr.
John
John
Moshida
Moshida
Jr.
Jr.
is his name?
Mosquito.
Mosqueta?
I'm looking.
Oh, she's
God,
looking. She
okay.
can't find it yet.
But anyhow,
So yeah, big montage of him breaking up crimes. The kid riding around town on the back of his car, watching him fight crime.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Yay!
He's 69.
Nice.
He's 69.
Nice.
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 So Tess, meanwhile, is packing her shit to get.
Right? She's out
done
of here.
with
She's
this.
going home to mother.
Tracy.
Oh man, that's
Everywhere
all I
I
hear.
turn, it's Tracy.
Tracy.
It's like he's reading my mind.
Right? He's all pissed. He's talking to Raisins Reagan in there.
And now the cop that spills the coffee in the attic, is that not the guy who gets frozen and Scrooged?
Yes.
Okay,
I
that's
was
the same actor.
until you said that because that's been bugging me all fucking
You're like,
day.
who is this
Who
guy?
is the guy with the ears? The listening
It's the
guy.
dude who gets frozen in Scrooge.
He
I'm pretty
sees a
sure.
cockroach. He knocks his fucking coffee over.
And it pours down the lamp hole right onto Big Boy's newspaper, and now he
they
knows what
see
the
it.
fuck's up.
He's making that face. He's doing another thing like he does with that cigar later. He's like, he was like, he had to have been playing with that fucking mouthpiece.
Maybe
like,
that's what
whatever
it
that
was because of the prosthetics. He's like, I'm gonna make all kinds of weird mouth noises with this thing.
Just mouth faces. He was movements, whatever the fuck he was doing. Mouthography.
So back to the diner again, where of course they are with the kid because he never stops eating, and he is now passed out.
Yes, he's tired from
he's
eating
full.
all day
Yes.
and writing bumpers all day.
And Big Boy does like a false tip on the recorder.
Yes. They're back there. They're like, yeah, get down to the South Side warehouse.
Something big's going on.
And they're like,
And so Tess, with a tear in her eye, tells him she's leaving. She knows he's never going to settle
trying
down.
to tell him that she's leaving. He's not really.
And his radio watch goes off. Well, he ignores the watch at first while she's telling him, like,
fuck, whatever. This is what I'm talking
outta
about. I'm
here."
out of here.
She's like, Doug.
I'm Tess.
Doug Trueheart.
I don't know. I think we're going to stay and hang out with your dad for a little while.
Right? Your dad's pretty fucking cool. So she tells him good luck. He says nothing and responds to the radio. And so she's like, I'm going to go. And he's like, I'll be back. I'll be back. And he really expects her to wait because when he comes back later, he's all
Right.
surprised she's gone.
That she's gone. Like, yeah, he's like, I'm leaving. Have this sleeping kid here in this diner all goddamn
Again.
night. Yeah.
So he goes to the South Side warehouse, and the cop from the attic is tied up in the concrete bath.
Yep.
And the dude's the really wrinkly wooden face dude.
Yeah,
What is his
face.
name?
Girl.
No, that should be prune face.
Right? Not wooden face.
Like that was a pruny fucking face.
I don't know. Maybe that was prune face.
But so they think they got the drop on Tracy because they see that yellow jacket, but he really just hung it up on a mop.
It's not him. They shoot up nothing. They shoot up his jacket. Did he get another one? He had to get another one.
Right?
He's
Because
got
that
an
one would have
entire
been all
closet.
shot up.
He's got 7 of them.
Probably.
7 hats, 7 overcoats.
And so he gets his friend out of the box, but now he's all covered in concrete and his gun won't shoot.
Right.
But the faceless man appears.
Well, he does like that trick. Like, how did he get in there?
I don't know.
He was in the bath.
I
He
know.
did a switcheroos.
all
and
covered
got
in concrete. I'm
ears
not
out.
sure.
That was bizarre.
And why do that?
And like, why do that? That's not a very good plan because now you can't see shit.
And your
You
your
can't
gun's
shoot
covered in
shit.
concrete.
Yeah, come on. That was a lot of theater
Yes.
for not a lot of payoff.
So No Face appears and shoots the bad guys and
Right.
then runs off.
Yep.
And that's Tracy's first knowledge that No Face exists, I believe,
but
right?
He doesn't know who No Face is.
Nobody
He's like, it's
does.
a man
Yeah,
without
yeah.
a face. I don't know what to. I can't do a composite because there's just nostrils.
And now Big Boy wants both Tracy and No Face dead. He's tired of
Right.
dicking around.
Yeah, 88 Keys goes again to Big Boy, and now this time
Now
he
Big Boy's like,
accepts-
fine,
right?
we'll
He's like,
take
all
the
right, let's
deal."
do it. So Tracy goes back for the kid, but where's Tess?
Yeah, he's now there with the chief, which what? Tess called,
She
the,
called the
chief of
chief?
police to babysit?
Yeah, she's like, I'm sick of this shit. You better get down here.
Village.
Or he just came
it
in with
takes a village.
he came in for his standard donut and she was like, look,
right. I'm out of here. I have fucking had it.
I don't care about this kid. Either watch him or
Right?
don't, but
I
I'm
know.
leaving.
Like she's like, I could take him with me, but fuck that. I'm going home.
So the chief leaves and kid slides over next to Tracy and offers them a donut.
Right.
And they walk home. We see Tess crying and driving to her mom's house.
Right. She goes and she's sitting there by the phone, weeping.
Both of them.
By
They're
the
both
phone,
sitting by the phone.
while Mandy Patinkin with them pipes.
Oh, while Madonna tries to keep up
when
with
she
Mandy
tried-
Patinkin
like
at
his-
the piano.
His face looks pained.
I know.
His
Yeah.
face looks pained.
He's like, oh, don't sing in my ear.
Yeah. He's like, please, you're
You're
throwing me
flat.
off.
You're flat.
You
Please.
are throwing me off. He's got such a beautiful. It's like Gomer Pyle. It's like
With that
watching Gomer
singing
Pyle
voice.
sing. You ever see him in Run Ronnie Run when he does the whole stage show?
Yes.
Run Ronnie Run, like singing "Why Y'all Brutalizing Me," like butt ass naked.
I haven't watched it in so long, but yes, I've seen
Beautiful.
Run, Ronnie, Run.
Beautiful.
So yeah, Dick's cooking his can of chili on the hot plate again. Like
Right,
I don't know
there
why
he-
we needed to see multiple times him cooking a can of chili
This-
on the hot plate.
It's that Columbo life.
And yeah, Tess sitting by the phone, sad. Him sitting by the phone, sad.
Yep.
And then Breathless meets Tracy at the docks.
Yep.
I want you to want me. I do want you. in court. Like, he is
How
giving you
can
no
I-
sign.
Like, what else can I say to you?
He is not hot for you.
I don't want to fuck you. I'm fucking you in real life.
What do you want me to admit? That I think about you? Okay, I admit it. Testify. Like, that's
Right, great. I do not want to date you. Sorry.
you want my testimony, tell me you want me. I'll do anything
God.
you say. Tell me you want me, but tell me now.
Right.
And he's
Sam,
like, I want you to
to
testify,
testify in
Like,
court.
He's like,
If you don't want to do that, you are wasting my time continuously, Breathless.
and he's in love with somebody else.
Right.
So she leaves all
Yeah,
sad.
she's mad about it.
And then Roseanne's mom / Tess's
Yes.
mom is bitching about Dick Tracy to her.
Oh, I mean, it takes a man, you got to understand a man like that.
Takes a lot of understanding, and all of a
Right.
sudden it's like a light bulb goes off. But it's like you were already being very fucking understanding.
like, how much more understanding?
so why is this your epiphany moment when your mom said that?
Girl, I don't know.
You know what? We might do a double breaker
think
because I got
so?
some time and we're at like an hour.
Yeah, I got kind of.
You
want
wanna
to
do a double breaker?
Yeah, let's do a double breaker. Let's fucking do it. It's Dick Tracy.
We'll be right back. And we're back.
We are back again.
And Tess arrives home just fine, but No Face is watching her enter the greenhouse.
Oh, yeah, she goes back because she's Estelle Parsons saying you got to have understanding makes her.
Made her change her mind and go back. And apparently
Which, to
he
go
also
garden?
called her at that same time because he knows she left her
Right.
mom's and should be home by now.
Right, but she hasn't made it back.
So he's already worried before she even goes missing. He's having people look for her.
Right, and well, he gets a note to come meet her at the greenhouse.
Well, not until No Face puts a knife to her throat and says, if
Oh,
you want to
yeah.
stay alive, you'll do what Big Boy says.
Yes, well, why?
Because No Face is playing like this weird game
Well,
where
yeah, I
he
guess
supposedly
so.
works for Big Boy and then he's against Big Boy. And
I guess because he's trying to set Big Boy up for
Yeah.
kidnapping.
Yeah. So Tracy's still out with the kid, and that's when he gets a note from Tess saying, I want to talk it out at the greenhouse.
Well, he's trying to do is this where he's doing the composites with the whatever, like this isn't it, this isn't it, this isn't it. And all that
with
other
the
stuff.
when
Like,
he's looking, all these drawings are the
right,
same.
of a
of a
person
no
with no
face.
face and a hat, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, real good.
So he leaves the kid with the boys,
Mm-hmm.
and the welfare league lady is the principal from Rock and Roll High School, right? Isn't that who that is? Rock and Roll High School Forever?
Is it
the
Mary
one with Corey?
Warrenoff? That's who the principal.
What's
Vader.
her name? Mary.
Mary
Yes.
Warrenoff.
Mary Warrenoff.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Let me look her up, but I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
Because I didn't. I mean, it was a very quick
Or Warnock? No,
War-
that's somebody else. Hold on.
Warrenov. It's a V.
Warrenov. Oh, we got silent airtime.
Oh no! What
Fill
are we
in.
gonna
We'll look
do?
her- Yes, Mary Warrenov.
Oh, that is
is
her.
the welfare
Okay.
lady.
All right. So he hears that this is coming.
Yeah, and
that
he takes
the-
off.
Right. He runs out there again. Well, no. He
Oh
doesn't.
no, he goes with her.
Yeah,
you
that's
think
right.
why didn't he run off?
That's what
He
I
heard her
thought too.
coming.
Like you heard them coming. I wrote down here, the kid is too smart for that shit. And I was like, oh no, the kid's not too smart for that shit. Never mind.
Because she takes him back to the orphanage, and he's
Right.
now at the orphanage.
Right. So anyway, Tracy goes down to the greenhouse.
And Tess is nowhere to be seen, but
Right.
there's like gas coming out of the pipes in the flowers.
It's like misting the orchids. Uh-oh. And
and he's
starts,
getting woozy.
His muffin is getting all blurry.
And then No Face like, relax. Just smell the flowers. It won't kill you, but your big career is over.
Oh, Tracy is drugged.
And the kid's back at the orphanage spitting his oatmeal back into his bowl. Like, this kid's always hungry. You're telling me this
I know.
oatmeal's not
well,
good enough
this
for him?
food is disgusting.
Not after he's been having that diner food.
Please, sir, can I have some more? Can I have no more?
Yes. So No Face comes in wearing Tracy's clothes.
Yes. And
Shoots the DA because they had
they
he had
forged
set up
a
the
note to
forged
send
a
to
note
the
from
DA
Tracy
to
to
have
the
him
DA.
meet him at the Midway Hotel.
So he gets an outfit like Tracy's somehow.
Yeah, there's
Oh
gotta
no,
be
he just
only
took
one-
Tracy's outfit
Oh,
off because
yeah,
they put it
that's
back
right.
on
They
him.
went to the-
So he steals his clothes, stages
Right.
this whole scene to look like he
Yes.
killed the DA.
Right. The guy at the hotel is already calling the cops because Keys is up there.
You're not
Hollering
blackmail
and
me,
screaming,
Tracy.
Yeah,
Put
don't
that gun
you shoot.
away.
Put the gun away. Pop, pop. The
So No Face and Keys go out the window. They rouse Tracy with some ammonia, and he
Right.
wakes up with a gun in his hand.
and
as
he's
the cops
caught
come in.
at the worst moment. He's like, oh shit.
Tracy in disgrace. Charges of blackmail and murder.
He's arrested. They're back in business. Back
the
in
big
business
boy's
montage.
Super fucking excited.
Let the good times roll. There's all kinds of gambling.
So yeah, another montage of crime,
Right.
gambling and assorted crime.
Right. And the kid tells the chief who came over there to pick him up for a minute to visit, I guess.
To go visit Tracy in jail.
He's like, no way Tracy did this.
No way.
And Tess is still missing. How long has this been?
I don't know. Doesn't say.
She's still missing. The kid goes to see Tracy and he got his permanent certificate.
Oh, I thought you had to pick a name.
He did.
Dick Tracy Jr.
How presumptuous of you.
You're already at the orphanage and this man is in jail.
I know. Like he's still not going to adopt you.
But he's like, it's all right with me.
Yeah, I guess so. He's going to cry. He's like, he gets a
Right?
little tear in his
whole
eye.
neck tear.
So anyway, Dick Tracy's being moved to county lockup on New Year's Eve.
And his buddies show up to drive him.
Right. And he's
Like, oh, it'll take at least 8 hours to get you to county jail.
right. And No Face now has Tess.
Yes,
Still,
tied
I
up.
guess. Tracy's buddies bust him out. No Face calls the chief. And he goes down to shake Mumbles down again. They
Right.
pick
He
him
goes
up.
to shake Mumbles down again. And he's
Right.
like cracking up like, oh, haha. Like, you don't understand
right.
anything
like,
I
you got
said.
nothing. And this is where he takes the polar bear.
Jug. And it's got
And
a
that's-
recorder in it.
Right. And he's like, so what? It's me mumbling some shit.
And then he slows it down and you can hear him.
Big boy, did it. Big boy did it.
And
Oh,
he's like,
no.
"Ah."
And then
he's in trouble now.
And then he like Kaiser Soze's and it's like, so anyway.
So anyway,
Right. Like,
the kidnapped Tess. She's on 38th and Grand, Club Ritz.
right. Yeah. She's down there. Big boy,
Or no, he
so-and-so
doesn't know
hired-
that because No Face kidnapped
Right,
Tess.
but
So, but
No-
he tells
yeah,
them
No
about
Face-
Big Boy and
right.
what he's been up to.
He tells him he speaks normally. Like 88 Keys set you up. Big boy paid him. And now they're in the car trying to figure this whole thing out. And he's like, my enemy is my friend. The enemy is my enemy is my enemy.
Yes.
And they're like, what the fuck
What are
you
you talking
Are you
about?
having a stroke, Warren?
Trying to remember the phrase.
Yeah, he couldn't remember. He's like, fool me once, you can't fool me again.
So No Face calls Big Boy at the club, tells him to go look in his attic.
Right.
And Tracy and the boys pull up, say they're going on the roof.
Right, because that's a good place to hide. And now Big Boy and Flat Top this is where he's tonguing that cigar. Like it's a dick he's teasing. Like he just like that was a choice. There was absolutely no reason to do this. He just decided that he's gonna pull focus.
Yes.
Although he didn't pull your focus.
Apparently,
because
because I didn't notice it until you pointed
my
it out.
God,
When
I
you
saw
sent me
that
that
shit.
video, I was like, I must have
What
been looking
the
at my
fuck
computer
is
typing
this?
because that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's like
I will do this.
he was like Nancy Reagan. What? Oh, that's because it was supposed to be Ronald Reagan, and they were gonna try to get Nancy in there
He's going to do a tribute.
to slobber that knobber.
Yep.
You know how she do.
So, yeah, and then No Face calls the chief. So, No Face is setting up all the whatever,
Right,
getting
putting
everybody.
everything, putting the plan in motion. It's all coming down now. Dick sees Tess. Big Boy sees Tess. It's all a setup by No Face. Tracy gets locked in the safe. Breathless is doing I Want More.
And then, oh God, I'm like, there's so many things happening in a
The
row.
cops
Whatever I'm
descend
at.
on the club. Tracy's using math because now he's inside.
Oh no!
this
So they were
thing.
up on the roof, and he
Right.
plunged down through the skylight. But then they took off and took Tess, and now he's locked in the safe room, and he can't get out. So he
Right.
does this whole cartoon fulcrum.
He does the boy math, and he's like, "How much do you weigh?" He's like 108.
And he's like, "No, Vicky Vale, you don't weigh
He's like,
enough.
"No, really, this is a tactical question. I
Get a
need you to
fatter dude
answer
up
me."
here.
Right? He's like 190, 250. I don't know.
So he tells this dude to jump. He like breaks up this table and puts it on a barrel or something,
Right.
and makes a little thing.
And now the other guy's stuck in there.
right? I mean, I guess he knows he's in there though, so he'll
yeah,
have
I
somebody
guess
come
so.
open the
I
door.
suppose, I suppose.
So yeah, he jumps down on the thing and he plunges up through the other skylight.
Right, up he goes.
Not a cut on him.
No,
for
not-
plunging him
no.
or out of the
No,
skylights.
no, it's the 40s. It's fine. Or the 30s. There's no peoples.
And Breathless still wants more. She's still singing out there.
I want more.
The cops have surrounded the place, and
Yep.
Big Boy's like, break out the guns.
Oh shit! Give me the Tommy gun.
Because he has now found him and Flat Top found Tess tied up in the attic and are like,
Right.
oh,
He's
fuck,
like, oh, what the fuck
fuck.
is this
Like, you're
shit?
trying to frame me.
I wasn't gonna kidnap you, but now I'm gonna kidnap you. So this is what we're doing.
And he takes her into like the wine room to
Right,
a
it's
secret
like a-
door. Or no, first they're in the cars.
Yes, and they're like gonna go out and like
And
everybody. gets
Tracy
shot
and the cops are blasting these
Do
cars.
you
Like
not
Tess is
think
in
that-
one of these
that's-
cars.
That's what I figured he knew. I was like, does he know that?
Well,
she's
he
gotta
says
be-
at one point he won't leave. Like he's too chicken to leave. He doesn't think he's going to leave the
I
club with her. He thinks
guess.
he's hiding in there.
I guess because they Bonnie and Clyde the fuck out
Because
of
if he
these
had not
cars.
been in the back car and decided to get out, she would
I
have been
know.
full of fucking
Oh
holes.
my god, a pump full of lead.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean it's like an
And the
intense
kid is
shootout.
here, by the way, because
Oh,
he has
also-
again hitched a ride on the back of the car.
He's all there. Like when they go skidding around the fucking thing, like it's a good thing there's handles
got
on the
good
back
grip.
of there. He knows what he's doing, I guess.
So yeah, the gang goes out, they get blasted full of holes, and so Big Boy gets out with Tess and goes back inside the club through
Right.
this little secret room in the wine cellar.
Right, and they get on the little
And there's like a little
little
cart.
wagon.
on
That's
a-
an escape route. It's like a little
Yeah.
secret door. He like jams it shut. He's like,
from,
"Oh,
like,
this is awkward."
Prohibition times or something.
I would imagine.
So he takes her out, and like Tracy can hear because Breathless sends him into the wine room. She's
Yeah,
like,
she's
you don't
like,
trust
they went
me.
that
They
way.
went that way.
Right, and that makes him think of something.
Because yeah, he has like a weird moment.
Also,
with
the
that.
enemy of my enemy is my enemy. Like that made
So
him.
he's
think of
not
something.
sure if she's telling him the
don't
right
know.
thing. or
Yeah,
not.
like I don't know. She's like, "Well, what? Don't you trust me?"
And
he's like,
so
"I
he
guess
does,
so."
and he goes and he can hear the ships through the
Yes, he's
thing,
like,
even though
"Oh,
he can't get in.
Shit, the docks.
So he goes down to the docks. He sees them. He sees Big Boy dragging Tess all down
Right.
down the side
bridge.
of the
Like
thing.
we got to get to the city. We can't jump the bridge. I'll never forget you. Humiliated by a dame.
And so Big Boy takes her back into like the big gear room for the bridge, and
He
is
takes
tying
her
down
under the bridge downtown.
Under the bridge downtown. That's where I drew some blood. He's
Yeah,
he's about to try.
He's gonna try to.
And Tracy's now on his way. Whatever. He's
Right.
way behind.
And this is where I'm saying, like, I made this note because I haven't seen this movie in a really long time. Like, he's trying to tie Tess to this big gear, and like she's looking at this little water can and whatever. And I was like, oh shit, she's gonna save her own self. She don't need no dick. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she does. I
She
was like,
didn't
oh
really
shit, no.
even try to get away.
No,
she just
she
laid
really
there
didn't.
until someone untied her.
That's what I'm saying. She didn't make a move.
She really could have been the strong female character in this,
But no, this is
Dick
Warren.
Tracy had to be
Yeah,
the
well, Dick
hero.
Tracy. Oh yeah, Warren Beatty's vision.
So he goes down, and they get into this confrontation in this big gear room.
Right, and now Big Boy is over there philosophizing. He's gonna have a thought. Oh yes, it's coming. Oh, it's gone. What was that thing that I was watching something and someone said like a thought is a fart your mind makes, and I thought that was funny. I can't remember what it was I was watching.
No, that works for me.
But yeah, so anyway, Big Boy ties her to the big cogs under the bridge.
And when Dick comes in, he's like, "Drop your gun!" And when he does, it like goes in the gears and goes
Yes!
off or something. It like shoots,
I don't know what's happening here. He finds a big wrench to throw into the works.
which he doesn't do though. I
No,
don't think.
I don't think
it's
that-
very. This whole scene is interesting.
No, there's a lot of shit going on, and
and
none of
Big
it
Boy
seems to be
gets like a
helping.
stick and is clobbering Tracy with it.
Right, he's like beating the shit out of him.
But then Tracy's suddenly demolishing Big Boy with his bare fists.
then he's beating the shit out of him.
And then he goes to untie Tess, but Big Boy's about to come up behind him, and then No Face shows up.
Oh, No Face gets the drop, and the kid is watching Tess still tied to the gears, and No Face is like, I made my deal with Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Kill Big Boy, pick up that pipe. With him out of the way, we can run this town.
And Tracy doesn't pick up the pipe.
Because he's got it all figured out.
Comes towards No Face slowly.
Who's about to shoot, but the kid tackles
clobbers
him.
him from behind.
So now Big Boy plugs No Face.
And Tracy drops him off, kind of accidentally
Well, like,
drops him off the side of this
he like
bridge
goes
thing.
to tackle him and right over the edge. Ah!
And the kid still can't get Tess untied.
No, but Dick does.
Tracy gets there just in time.
right in the nick. So they go over there to No Face.
Who's still alive on the floor.
Right. They go and pull this mask off and
It's
surprise!
Breathless Mahoney!
Oh shit!
Tess, call an ambulance!
What the fuck?
No.
What the fuck?
Let
no.
her ass die.
No. You go call a fucking ambulance. I don't fucking work for you. You know what?
And
I
the
have
kid-
fucking had
And
it.
the kid is like, I'll do it. I'll do it. Like,
Right.
even he knows the dynamic is off. He's
Tess
like, look.
is about to fucking blow.
She's like, I'm going to shoot this bitch.
I
Are
was
you
just,
kidding me?
I'll shoot this bitch. I was just tied to a fucking big gear.
And you don't give a fuck. But
Oh,
all right.
go call a fucking ambulance. Go fuck yourself, Dick Tracy.
And so he pulls off the mask and tells her.
Should be the only person to testify.
Yeah, the
Oh,
only
maybe,
person who
okay.
could have testified.
All right, okay. Well, Big Boy's dead.
But now he's dead. So yeah, it doesn't even
so what does
matter
it
now.
matter?
So he picks her up off the ground and tells her it was
Oh.
a good plan and she almost pulled it off.
She is so gorgina. She is like the most Madonna she has ever been Madonna'd ever in the times.
Only real Madonna would never have been this desperate for a man.
Absolutely
Could
fucking
it ever
not.
have happened between us?
Oh.
And after
He's
a
like-
long silence where he says absolutely, he can't even give her in her moment
No.
of death
No.
a little bit of hope.
Well, he
She
doesn't wanna
kisses
lie.
him.
Yeah,
And
but
then
he
dies.
goes for it. Yeah, I mean, like she gets a smooch right before she dies.
And Tess is outside waiting, crying.
Yeah, and real smooth. He's like, "Oh yay, there's my girlfriend," and they hug.
Yeah.
They hug. Well, I guess he was just like tongue and breathless dead.
He's like, oh, I don't want her to smell breathless breath on my breathless breath.
What?
breast
What did he-
breath? I don't know.
Breasty's breath?
Yes.
I don't know. What, like, did he go down on her before? Like,
She smells
she
like a
was
nightclub.
dead, Dick.
So back at the diner, the kid gets his first radio watch.
Oh,
and
yes.
He's blown away.
Oh man, this is so cool.
And Tracy tries again to ask Tess to marry him.
Thinking about you living alone, but she likes it, and that's what we have in common. That's what I'm trying to say.
and
People
don't you
in
just
common.
think we'd be happier if we just,
you know,
what do you think?
Come on,
Dick Tracy, are you asking me to... Dick Tracy,
come in,
robbery
Dick
in
Tracy.
progress.
She's like, fuck.
Really? Mid-proposal?
Come on. Well, you better fucking go do it, I guess. And he tosses.
Tosses her a ring and she puts it on and smiles.
You're gonna need it.
Leave him.
And then he
leave
takes the
him.
kid to the bank robbery.
Right? And he's like, I kind of like this dame.
I hope so. She about to be your mom.
Seriously, because I
hope
guess
you
they're
like
gonna
her.
keep the kid.
Now,
Well, 'cause the
hilariously,
kid's like-
they send him back to the orphanage named
Right?
Dick Tracy
As soon as she
Jr..
moves in, she's like, you're going to fucking boarding school.
She's like, I ain't dealing with
Bye.
this shit.
I didn't sign up for this shit.
Oh.
I wanted Dick Tracy, not the kid.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. So anyway, the end. Gorgeous fucking backdrop. Sunset, sunrise, sunset. I don't know.
And this is available nowhere to watch right now.
No,
So
it
if
isn't.
you, I would say if you haven't seen it, run and go check it on streaming. But you're gonna have to pay $3
You would
probably.
think it would be on Disney.
Is it a Disney movie?
It's a Touchstone movie. It was
Oh,
going to be
okay.
a Disney movie, but then they put it on Touchstone because of Madonna.
Because of them titties.
Because them titties,
You
yo.
fucked it up, Madonna. This could have been a Disney movie.
Madonna could have been in a Disney movie.
But you had to have the parents guide their children to the titties.
Well, I mean, that was what she was all about back in those blonde ambition days.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we still enjoy Dick Tracy.
I really loved it. Like I said, like looking at all of this stuff, my eyes were so quenched, like just to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, we clearly have our issues with the plot line,
Well, I mean, obviously, but it you
but
know,
it's still worth a watch.
definitely.
I'm not going to say
definitely.
it holds up to today's standards as far as
I mean,
content, as far
it
as
didn't
like the
hold up to the
relationship
90s
dynamics. But
standards,
yes,
quite frankly, like
I
it
guess
was-
for the 30s.
well, when Warren Beatty was a pup, because he's like
young pup.
108 years old. He's lived many lives, like him and Shirley MacLaine, his sister.
That's right. I always forget that Shirley
I wonder
MacLaine
if he's
is
into
his
that
sister.
too. Yeah,
And I forgot she was still alive till I was watching Only Murders in the Building, and she was
she's
in it.
still alive.
And I was like, that looks like Shirley MacLaine, but that's not Shirley MacLaine. She
in
dead.
this life.
And at the
In
end, it's
this
all
life.
Shirley MacLaine. And I was
Oh,
like, oh,
shit.
fuck, that was Shirley MacLaine. I thought she
She might
died.
actually be 108.
How old is Shirley
I
MacLaine?
don't know. She's got to be up there, right?
Google, tell me.
Google.
How old is Shirley MacLaine? 89. She's only a
Really?
year older than my grandma.
Huh. I thought she was older.
Yeah.
Well, it was all those lives. That's why I thought that.
But yeah, she was looking fabulous in Only Murders in the Building, all white haired.
Estelle Parsons?
Yeah.
Estelle Parsons.
She's like almost 100.
Oh, really?
Oh, and she's still alive
She's
too?
almost 100.
Holy shit.
Damn. We living
Holy
longer and
shit.
longer.
94. She's
Oh my. Oh my. Dick Van Dyke is still alive.
I know, and he's like 99 or something. He's
almost
old as
100.
hell.
Yeah, he's older than Estelle Parsons. I cannot believe. I mean, I'm happy for it, I guess.
D.A. Van Dyke out there.
Dick
living
Van
large.
D.A. Living large. Step in time. Could you imagine living large? Like, what's he doing?
I don't
What's
know.
he doing?
He's still out and about. I think he still goes to like events and stuff.
Tripping
I've seen
on
him out.
ottomans?
Tripping on ottomans.
He would die.
right?
5. He was almost 100.
Yeah, he's almost 100. 98.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh.
So yeah, go look on our social
I'm
media.
nervous.
Go check our Instagram, Doom Generation Pod, for lots of things. But in addition to those things, to win yourself a pack of Dick Tracy
Yes.
trading cards.
If you want some trading cards, you could trade them with other people that also win trading cards. I don't know.
you could just have them,
Or you could just have them if you want
It's
them.
just fun to have because you
It
feel like a
is.
kid for just a minute.
I
while
mean,
you
I
open
had
your
fun.
yeah.
I had fun watching the movie. I had fun playing with the cards. I have fun doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have no yearbook signings this week. So you should go leave us an Apple review.
Because now I'm not having fun anymore.
Send us an email, doomgenerationpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Leave us a voicemail or send a text to 702-720-DOOM.
Yep.
We are considering opening that line live to take phone calls at some period in time.
Taking some calls. Taking your calls now.
So we will post that on the socials if we're going to do that. The dates and times that we will be live on the hotline if you
We'll
want to
be
call.
available.
Be available to chat. And until next week.
Oh, we'll talk at you next time.
Later, Doomers.